ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सम्पाद्य ज्ञानं च विधाय भक्तिं विलोकितो येन समाधिराजः वैराग्यवन्तं सुविचारयुक्तं नमामि जोगं शिरसा गुरुन्तं समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। नमो ज्ञानेश्वरा नमो ज्ञानेश्वरा निवृत्ति उदारा सोपान देवा मुक्ताबाई नमो त्रिभुवन पावनी आद्यत्रय जननी देवांची। Once I went to Alandi to meet my guru, Dr. Narayan Maharaj Jadhav. He told me you have to talk upon Jnaneshwari text, that too in English language. And I took his blessings and benedictions, and with the help of his grace, Dr. Narayan Maharaj Jadhav, we could complete chapter first of Jnaneshwari. Now, this is just a recap or summary of chapter 1 so that the knowledge will become more firm. So, with his blessings, by remembering him, we have completed the chapter first, and now summary briefly. It may take time, but we'll see entire chapter briefly. So, first we started our discourses with this idea: Gita is the guideline to live our life. If I don't read the guideline to use product, I won't be able to get maximum benefits out of that particular thing. For example, radio example I give. If I don't read the manual, I may lose, I may spoil that thing. Like that, Gita is manual of life, guideline of life. If I don't read that, I won't be able to get maximum benefit out of this life. One reason why should we study Gita. Second, I said just like Arjuna had to fight with the near and dear ones, we also have to fight. And sometimes we also come under the grip of Shoka and Moha. To eliminate that Shoka and Moha, I need to study Gita, because having studied Gita, Arjuna's Moha went away. That is why I should study Gita. Two reasons I told. Third reason is, right, Arjuna, Bhima, Yudhishthira, Karna, all these are not only characters in Gita, in Mahabharata, moreover, or but also they are our vrittis. So sometimes I am Duryodhana, sometimes I am Dushasana, sometimes I am Karna. So I have to shift my personality from Duryodhana, Dushasana to Arjuna. In fact, we say to Krishna. So these are not some stories of particular or random or remote person. It is the vrittis, the thoughts which are there within us. So we have to study Gita. Three reasons I told. First, because it is guideline. Second, we have to study Gita because we also have Shoka Moha. And third, because we have those characters in us by default. So we have to overcome them and become like Krishna. That is why we should study. So Bhagavad Gita starts with a question. Okay. Bhagavad Gita starts with a question, and I told, there are two fathers in our history, in our Ityasa. One is Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra, another is Dasharatha. So Dhritarashtra gave up dharma for his children, and Dasharatha gave up his life and protected dharma. So first, Gita starts with the question that what are my children they are doing? They have gone on battlefield. What are they doing? Why such question came? Elaborately we saw that. Okay. So this is how Gita starts. But Dhaneshwar Maharaj gives a beautiful introduction to this Bhagavad Gita, or he expresses Naman. This is called something salutation to Bhagavan. This is Vedic parampara where you have to start with God's name. And in the first verse of Jnaneshwari itself, Jnaneshwar Maharaj gives Tattvamasi Mahavakya. We have saw it elaborately. Okay, Om is the indicator of that Paramatma, and Adya, Pratipadya, and Swasamvedya and Atma Rupa. This is how Jnaneshwar Maharaj explains about the Paramatma. And that same Paramatma is myself. This is the main part of this. We have done elaborate Chintanam of this also. How Adya, how Veda Pratipadya, and all. And then Jnaneshwar Maharaj says, oh, you Paramatma, the Brahma, you are the Karana Brahma in Jnaneshwari as a Ganesha. See, all these are, this will help those who already gone through all the discourses. But still, I will try to make it clear. So Jnaneshwar Maharaj says, that Paramatma, which is explained by Adya, Veda, Pratipadya, Swasamvedya, that same Paramatma, O Lord Ganesha, you are. And he starts worshipping Lord Ganesha. Deva Tuchi Ganeshu. O Atmarupa Deva, Adya, Swasamvedya, Tuchi Ganeshu. And you please illumine my intellect so that I can give nice meaning of Bhagavad Gita. Then he started explaining Vedic Ganapati. See, if we make Ganapati out of clay, out of POP, out of some other things, but Jnaneshwar Maharaj made Ganapati out of all Vedic literature. So he starts from He Shabda Brahma Ashesha Techi Murti Suvesha Teta Varnavapu Nirdosha Mirvatase. And he said, he explained everything about Ganesha with the help of Vedic metaphor. So whole Vedas are his body. Then what are the limbs? What are ears? Everything he explained. What is stomach and all. And finally he concluded with that this Ganapati is Omkara Swarupa. Akara Charana Ugala, Ukara Udara Vishala, Makara Mahamandala Mastakakare. The head, the two legs is Akara, a shape. Udara, the belly is like Ukara, and head is like Makara. This is how he explained Ganesha. So first, Tattvamasi Mahavakya. Second, like that Paramatma and Ganesha, they are same Karana Brahma in this chapter. And he explained about all Ganesha as Omkara Swarupa. After explaining Ganesha, he prostrated, he saluted to Saraswati, who will give the best speech. Ata Abhinavag Vilasini, Je Chaturyartha Kala Kamini, Te Sharada Vishwamohini, Namili Miya, Namaskari Li Miya. Then he prayed to Sharada. Different adjectives are given. Elaborately, we have seen that. Then he explained, he prostrated Ganapati externally, Sharada externally, but he says, Guru is in my heart. Why? Because he only helped me to cross the ocean of mundane existence by giving Viveka, by knowledge. Therefore, there is too much respect for Guru. Mazaradai Sadguru Jene Tariloha Samsara Puru Manoni Visheshe Atyadaru Vivekavari. And he prostrated to Ganapati. And he said, if you are Mumukshu, then you should worship only Guru. That doesn't mean you should criticize your Kula Devata, you should criticize your Grama Devata. No, it is not like that. If you are Mumukshu, Janate no. Pamar, Jidnyasu, Mumukshu, and Jnani. This is how the different Mukta, Jnani, these are the Viveka. So if you are Janata, Mumukshu, you should worship only Guru. Why? If you worship Guru, the worship will be complete, because if you just give water to root, the water will reach till fruit, trunk, and branches and leaves. This was the ideology there. Then he said, he talked about Mahabharata, greatness of Mahabharata. In that greatness of Mahabharata, one verse I have chosen here. मनोणी महाभारती जे नाही ते नोहे चिलोके तिही येणे कारणे म्हणिपे पाही व्यात्सोच्छिष्ट जगत्रय. Means what? Whatever things, concepts, principles are there in Mahabharata, that is there in the world. Whatever is not there in Mahabharata, it is not there in the world. Means everything is there in Mahabharata. Je Mahabharati nahi, that which is not in Mahabharata, te nohechi loke tihi. Means all knowledge put together is in Mahabharata. He explained so many things. I have given one verse. Then after explaining that, he explained about Bhagavad Gita. Who all drink the nectareous juice of Bhagavad Gita, he explained. And I have chosen one verse. Je Bhagavad Gita mhanije, je brahmeshani prashansije, je sanakadiki sevije adaresi. Je that Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Isha. Brahma means Lord Brahma, Isha means Lord Mahesha. And Sanakadika, all the brothers, they all reverentially enjoy or read Bhagavad Gita. And one more incident also Naneshwar Maharaj has given. Lord Shiva is always in meditation, and when he comes out of meditation, he thinks about Gita. Then the Parvati ji asks Shivji, what is that all the time you are reading Gita when you come to waking state? He says, oh, this Gita is like you, always new. So this Gita is enjoyed, studied by Brahma, Mahesha, like Vishnu and Mahesha. Okay, this is how it goes. Sanakadika, great people, those who give up everything, they also study Gita. Then he said how to enjoy this Gita. Aiseni gambhira pane, sthiravale antakarane, athila tochi man jane manuye. Gambhir antakarane, we should be serious. You know, seriousness is the gateway to get happiness. Guruji's sentence. Seriousness is gateway to get happiness. So Gambhir, we should be serious about the topic. And Thiravale ni antakarne, and mind should be very calm when you study Gita. Then only Athila tochi zane, one who has these things, calm and quiet mind and stress-free mind and seriousness while studying, he will get it. So how to get this knowledge, that also Naneshwar Maharaj told us. And then Naneshwar Maharaj is talking about Gita. So he says Vedas are at higher pedestal, highest level get Vedas. But those Vedas are nothing but the snoring of Bhagwan. And I explained there, snoring means it came out easily without putting forth more efforts. The snoring comes out like that. Vedas came out of Bhagwan's snoring when Bhagwan was in Yoga Nidra. But Naneshwar Maharaj says the Vedas has the highest authority and Vedas came out while sleeping, but this Bhagavad Gita is, the Bhagavad Gita came out while in a waking state. In waking state, Bhagavad Gita came out. So it has more importance, because in sleep, we may blabber something, but when we are awake, it will be more precise. So this is how he explained about Bhagavad Gita also. And then he said, this is so big and so tough task to explain this, where all can go wrong in interpretation. What will I do? Means Naneshwar Maharaj expressed his humility. Okay, he said, I say Jayagad, Jeta Vedavati Veda, Teta Alpami Mati Manda Kaya Hoya. What can I tell if Vedas also can't understand the nature of Bhagwan properly? What will I tell? So, humility. You see the thought flow. Tattvamasi Mahavakya, then Ganesha explanation, Devi explanation, then Guru explanation, then Mahabharata explanation, then Gita explanation, and then humility. Okay. And then he says, I am fool. Okay, but Santa, they are like lamp. If the darkness is there, if lamp comes, the darkness goes away, dispels by darkness. Like that, my teacher is there, my Santa Mahatmas are there. With the help of them, even though I am foolish person, I will do job nicely. And then the Gita starts. Gita starts with Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavah Mamakaf Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. He asked, my my Kauravas and Pandavas have gone to battlefield. What are they doing? So if they have gone to battlefield, why he is asking question? Because the land has impact, influence of on our intellect. They might change and they might give five places to all Pandavas. So have they given that or not? To know this, he said, what are they doing? And then uh, Sanjaya says, Duryodhana has approached to Dronacharya and he does some conversation. He says, oh, you see your son, your disciple only standing against you. And he gives the names of the warriors who are standing in Pandava's army. Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi Yuyudhano Viratascha Drupadascha Maharataha. He gives a big list. Okay. Drushtake Tushchakitanah Kashirajascha Viryavan Purujit Kunti Bhojascha Shaibascha Narapungava. So many people have come. Okay, so do we have anybody great in our army? He says, Asmakam tu Vishishtaye Tanni Bodha Dvijottama Nayaka Mama Sainyasya Saudnyartham Tan Bravimiti. The people which are there in our army, I will enumerate their name. And then he says, oh, all of you, please protect Bhishma, because Bhishma is the main Yodha who can defeat all Pandavas single-handedly. Then Bhishma becomes so happy. Oh, this many army we have, and Duryodhana praised me. So he does Simha Garjana, and Bhishma does Simha Garjana. And after that, Bhishma blows the conch also. Simha Garjana done, and everybody started the banging the drums and everything. And then after that, from Krishna, the Pandavas army, Krishna blew the conch. So what is said there, when Kauravas did so much noise, nothing happened to Pandavas army. But when Pandava, they blew the conch, the Kauravas army started trembling. Terrifying sound came and they were afraid. And it is said that from that we can understand the corollary is good has see, if adharmi people does something in the society, dharmi people won't be afraid or they won't have any parinam or effect of that. But if dharmic people start doing something, adharmi people will be shivering and trembling. Then Panchajanya, Rushikesha, different names were given of their conch. And then Arjuna said, you take my ratha in the midst of both the armies, because I want to see with whom I have to fight. Kairmaya saha yodhavyam asmin rana samudyame. I want to see them. And when Bhagwan took them, then Krupaya Paraya Vishta Vishidannidam Abravit, and he was dejected, desponded in heart, because he saw Acharya Pitara Putras Tathaivacha Pitamaha, all the family members he saw, and he was dejected. Then he said, O Arjuna, O Krishna, Siddhanti Mama Gatrani, seeing family members, Siddhanti Mama Gatrani, my limbs are not able to stay strong. Mukhanja Parishushati, my mouth is becoming dry and my whole body is trembling. I can't fight with my near and dear ones. And I like this verse very much. It is said that there is honey bee. Okay. The bee, that bee can in and out go, can drill the hole in the big tree. But same honeybee, when it get engaged, captivated, infatuated by the pollen, it cannot penetrate the thin petal of lotus. जैसा भ्रमर भेदी कोडे भल तैसे काष्ठ कोरडे. Wood and कोरडे means very strong, but कळिके माझी सापडे कोवळिये, but with tender, in tender kalika, in the tender lotus, he gets trapped and he can't penetrate the thin petal of that lotus. तेथ उत्तीर्ण होईल प्राणे, he will die there. परी कमळ दळ चिरू नेने, he can't penetrate that. तैसे कठिन कोवळे स्नेह देखा, like that कठिन and कोवळे, it is strong, thin and strong, soft and strong is this love. This is what I like. Then Arjuna started thinking, telling to Bhagavan. Here Viveka of Arjuna is shown. Shreyah shabda came. Shreyah preyah means good and what I like. The difference, see, first level, good and bad. Once you know what is good, then on that, what is good and what I like. This difference between them. So Arjuna said to Krishna, I don't see anything good happening now, because all the signs, women's were very peculiar. The body is trembling and mouth is becoming dry. These are not good signs, and I don't see anything. Means Viveka Arjuna had, which is the first step to get realization, to know Paramatma. Viveka Arjuna had. Nimittani cha na pashyami, viparitani nimittani pashyami. Different signs, omens I am seeing, O Bhagavan. I don't see any greatness in killing my own people. Then the Vairagya of Krishna, Arjuna also said, Arjuna is also shown. Na kangshe vijayam Krishna nacharajyam sukhani cha. I don't want victory. I don't want this kingdom. I don't want any happiness coming out of this kingdom. Means Vairagya. I don't want object. He said, what will I do with this kingdom where I'm going to kill my own people and I'm going to get my kingdom? I don't need that. He says, killing all these people, I'm going to acquire, I'm going to accumulate papam. Nihatya dharta rashtranaha ka priti syat janardana. What love I am showing towards my people, papam eva ashrayet. I am going to accumulate papam only. Hatva atatayinaha. So here I raised one doubt. Atatai means bad people, and bad people should be punished. But in our Dharma Shastra, it is said that Saha eva papishtatamaha yaha kuryat kulanashanam. So atatai are six types of atatai. But killing atatai, if you are going to kill your kula, you are the biggest sinner. So Arjuna doesn't want any sin. So Arjuna is Papa Bhiru. Then Arjuna gives argument that Bhagavan, if they can't see and we can see what is the flaws in this war, why shouldn't we refrain? Why shouldn't we stop ourselves from doing this war? Yadyapete na pashyanti lobhopahata chetasaha kulakshaya krutam dosham mitra drohe cha patakam. Yadi apite na pashyanti. They can't see because they are overpowered by, killed by lobha, greed. And they are doing mitra droha and kulakshaya, these two papam. And he say, katham nadneyam asmabhihi papad asman nivartitum. Prapashyadbihi. We see that. And why shouldn't we restrain ourselves, restrict ourselves from doing this papam? Means what? Knowingly don't do anything wrong. Knowingly don't do anything wrong. This is the big message Arjuna gave to us. And he says, if at all we fight this, then Kulakshaya will happen. Once Kulakshaya happens, once the lineage clan is destroyed, then Kula Dharma Sanatanaha Nashte. Then all the traditional practices and Sanatan ancient Dharma, everything will go, everything will vanish. And Adharmo Abhibhavati, and then Adharma will come in the society. Once Adharma comes, Kulastriyaha Pradushyanti. All the women in our lineage, they will go wrong. And once they go wrong, then Varna Sankara will happen. How much he is thinking means he is not thinking about the next day meal or that day meal. He is thinking about what will happen in the future. So Varna Sankara one have, see, other dharma will go down, adharma will rise. Then the woman in the family will go wrong, and then Varna Sankara will happen. And once Varna Sankara happens, then there won't be Pitara Seva, like service towards our ancestor. The Pinda Udaka Dana won't be there because Sanatanaha Kula Dharmaha Nashta Nashati. Then what will happen? Sankara will happen, and Sankara will give rise to Naraka. Sankarat Narakayaiva. And then for long time we will have to suffer in Naraka. And this I have heard in Shastra. Anushruma, I have heard this, O Bhagavan. And then he said, oh Allah, such a big sin we are going to commit. So better we should not kill our own enemy just for the sake of kingdom. And he says, I am not going to fight. I am not going to hold bow and arrow. And the people who are holding the weapons, let them kill me. It will be benedictory for me. It will be good for me. My well-being lies in dying here in this battlefield. Like that he said that. Then Sanjay said, then Arjuna threw that bow and arrow, and he sat in the chariot. And where Dhaneshwar Maharaj said, he jumped from the Ratha and he came down. Like that, first chapter said, was over. And te savistar pudari katha ati sa kautuka aikata jnanadev maniata nivrutti daso. And Dhaneshwar Maharaj said, this katha elaborately I am going to tell in the next chapter. So this is how the summary of first chapter is. Few important verses, shlokas I showed you. And it is said the first chapter is like mind, play of mind. I should do this or not, do this or not. And he comes to a conclusion, let them kill me, I will be satisfied with that. On this, Bhagavan Krishna is going to admonish Arjuna. That we will see in next chapter. This is our summary, very brief. Once again, I will recap full summary. Tatvamasi Mahavakya, asking Bhagavan to illumine his everybody's intellect. Then 20 verses for Ganesha Varnan. Then after Ganesha, Saraswati Varnanam, to have good speech. Then Guru Varnanam, then Mahabharata, then Gita, and then humility. Then Dhritarashtra's question, Arjuna Sanjaya's answer, explanation of army, both the sides army explanation. Then Arjuna telling Bhagavan to take his chariot. He is seeing his all relatives, and he Krupaya Paraya Vishta, again he was into dejection, and he is telling Bhagavan, I am not well, I can't fight with them, we should not fight with them. And then he gives the reason why we shouldn't fight, because if we fight, dharma will go down, adharma will come. Once adharma comes, the women in the clan will go wrong, Varna Sankara will happen, we all will go to Naraka, and for long time we will have to be there. Our Pitara also, they will come back to Naraka, and such a big sin we are going to commit. I don't want to fight. In short, first chapter, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. The Arjuna's crying, actually grieving of Arjuna is shown. Okay, this is how the first chapter is over. We will see the next chapter from tomorrow. Now we will sing beautiful bhajan, because with the help of Guru's grace, we could complete first chapter. Otherwise, it's not a easy task to ponder upon all these things. Okay. तुमचिये दासीचा दास करुणी ठेवा, तुमची दासीचा दास करोनी ठेवा, आशीर्वाद द्यावा हाची मज, हाची मज. नवविधा काय बोलिले जे भक्ती, नवविधा काय बोलिले जे भक्ती. द्यावी माझी हाती संत जनी, संत जनी. नवविधा काय बोलिले जे भक्ती, नवविधा काय बोलिले जे भक्ती. तुका म्हणे तुका म्हणे तुमच्या पायाच्या दारे, तुका म्हणे तुमच्या पायाच्या दारे. उतरेण खरे भव नदी, उतरेण खरे भव नदी. नवविधा काय बोलिले जे भक्ती, नवविधा काय बोलिले जे भक्ती. द्यावे माझ्या हाती संत जनी, द्यावी माझ्या हाती संत जनी. नवविधा काय बोलिले जे भक्ती, तुका म्हणे तुमच्या पायाच्या दारे. उतरेण खरे भव नदी, नवविधा काय बोलिले जे भक्ती. द्यावे माझे हाती संत जनी, द्यावे माझे हाती संत जनी. ज्ञानदेव तुकाराम, 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 ज्ञानदेव तुकाराम. तुकाराम 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 तुकाराम. कुंडली गौरदा हरी विठ्ठल श्री ज्ञानदेव तुकाराम पंढरीनाथ भगवान की जय. माऊली ज्ञानेश्वर महाराज की जय. जगद्गुरु तुकाराम महाराज की जय. सद्गुरु जोग महाराज की जय. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम.